Did I tell you about Stuart? And there was a lovely girl. The most precious cargo we brought along. She was to be the new Eve. With our hot and eager help, of course. Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Welcome back to Retro WeWatch. On this episode, we were talking about the classic 1968 Planet of the Apes. Sorry, Charlton Heston. I am Alex, the salty nerd.
And I'm Mrs. Kadish.
Wow. Freshly married. June and Kadish are here. Welcome, guys.
We're waiting all day to say that.
I know. We're waiting 2 years to say that. All right. Matt Vader's also here. What's up, dude?
I'm doing okay.
Are you?
I can't do a Charlton Heston. I don't know how to do Charlton Heston.
You have to have worse, you have to have worse teeth.
You're gonna stick a tooth out.
And then when somebody does something, you just have to laugh menacingly at them for no reason.
But look them straight in the eye.
Charlton Heston, fucking Moses, man.
Moses?
He's Moses.
Yeah, he is Moses.
Has there ever been a more
Moses-y Moses?
More manly man?
There were women, lots of love making.
He was also the OG.
Charlton, not Charlie.
No.
Charlton
Heston.
The Charlton Heston.
Is it Charleston or Charlton?
Charlton. Now you got me all confused. Charlton Heston.
Charlton Heston.
Fuck.
It's Charlton.
Yeah. Charlie Heston. That's what
I was just
dare call him Charlie.
How dare you? Yeah. Yeah. This movie's something else.
Yep, it is.
It's a great movie.
It's a great historical document.
That's a good way to put it. Good historical document.
The historical documents.
You know what's weird about this movie is you can directly compare it to what's going on today with the message of the movie.
Oh yeah.
It's wild.
It's almost as if. Oh, and there's something else I wanted to talk about too when we talk about our next retro WeWatch movie. But yeah, things haven't changed all that much, have they?
At all. Not. In fact, it might have gotten worse.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right. Without further ado, then let's get into it. Jude, take it away.
1968, Planet of the Apes, rated G. With a runtime of 1 hour, 52 minutes. This had a budget of $5.8 million. What do you think this brought in?
I don't know, 70 million.
Vader?
I know it was a thing.
It's a huge
thing.
My mom saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
Just 1 year shy of 1969.
Probably right around there, $65-70 million. I'm saying.
32 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, only had a budget of just under 6. So
which is
it did its work. Yeah.
With all the practical makeup effects and everything. But I mean, I guess the sets are just dirt mounds and stick houses. So
this was actually the first movie to do like major like merchandising tie-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually made like a ton of money off of like the toys and the
I bet.
Happy Meals and crap like that.
Those were George.
I'm an ape.
Not gonna lie, I looked on Amazon for some same day delivery for some ape masks.
I kind of wanted one too.
So we can just all sit here and
Me
talk about our monkey.
It'd be
masks,
great.
except for Kadish.
Kadish should be the slave human.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Humans.
I could have an orangutan. You guys.
He can't be smart. He's just a human. It's impossible.
Just be sitting here in my loincloth.
Yes, 100%.
Return this beast to the compound.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Just whack him over the head with a club once in a while.
Stop talking,
Shut
human.
up.
Vader brings in a Nova just for me.
God damn.
Settle down.
You wish.
He did not say no to that, by the way. He was just like, oh, I get a woman in a cage? Oh.
Got a present
the
for
one?
you.
Gee whiz, kids.
Where's the one with the weird clothing?
Ready?
Yes, go for it.
All right. Hot hunk astronaut Charlton Heston left his harem of Earth hotties to travel the universe in pursuit of something to live for other than a revolving door of pussy. Thank God he landed on a planet where the women are human enough, if you know what I mean. Because the one piece of cargo they packed with a vagina died during the voyage.
not wrong.
That's not
They've
wrong.
crash landed onto a planet of apes where men are kept caged and considered animals. But don't worry, Bright Eyes can still get it. And he's found a perfect woman to give it to. And in 2,000 years, it's comforting to know there will still be men telling women to smile. Bright Eyes and Naga go by the name Nova, set out into the Forbidden Zone to discover they've crash landed on the planet he left 20 centuries ago.
God
Discuss.
Yeah, that's
damn, this movie's funny.
perfect. From the right on the get-go, you start looking inside this ship and you figure out really quick there's 3 dudes and 1 chick.
Yeah.
What's going
then,
on
And
here?
then when he's monologuing about how eager they were for her to be the first Eve, I literally went, yikes.
Shouldn't there be at least 3 other
And
women?
Kate just went, ugh.
Most precious cargo we brought along. She was to be the new Eve.
Yeah. They were like, well, it's a good thing. What was her name? Hudson or something like that?
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't need a name.
Yeah.
Hottie-
They were
hottie
like,
blonde chick.
they were like, well, damn. We brought one woman along and she died.
Yeah.
She was going to be our new
You guys are
Eve.
scientists. What you actually needed was one dude and a bunch of chicks
Yeah.
to populate the land.
No, man. Men.
No, men.
Men. 3 men, 1
We
woman.
shall all give her our seed and she shall welcome it. She volunteered,
So
by
all
the way.
those kids are going to be related.
Yeah.
What did they think they were going to do?
Well, they're human enough.
Have
For
some
this
extra
dick.
digits.
The setting for this movie
Listen, that
is
pussy's
super
human
weird.
enough for this dick.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
astronaut.
Yeah.
Maybe you have heard of me. I'm Charlton Heston.
You. Nova.
Yep.
Wild.
And I fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what did he
Makes
say?
it
He's
clear.
like, there was plenty of women where I
Plenty
came
of
from.
love making.
Plenty of
but no
pussy.
love.
But no love.
Thank God I found you, woman who doesn't speak.
God, these-
And I taught you how to smile. Fuck. Jesus fuck.
I knew she was going to
Fucking
go down this
fuck.
road.
It's so funny.
So misogynistic. This
God, it's
movie.
hilarious.
ridiculous.
Honestly, it was better than I thought it was going to be. And it was a fun hooty hoot of a time. Also, what?
Yeah. They did not think through this at all.
And he's a hero.
Oh, yeah. He's
Yeah.
the good guy.
Yeah.
He was a dick the entire movie.
Yeah.
really
Oh,
was.
and also, this movie, the entire adventure that this guy went on could have been solved by him just not being shitty at charades.
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 Speak. Go on, speak again.
It's like,
Yeah.
he's like, look, can you just go like this? Can I write something
Yeah.
down, please?
Yeah. How about you go like this?
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
yeah. Hey,
How about you mouth it?
you shot me in the neck.
Uh-huh.
Now I can't
For
talk.
sticking my nose in other people's
People's
business.
I got punched in the nose for sticking my face in other people's business.
Sounds like a country song.
Sounds like a country song.
Please don't lobotomize me.
Yeah. Don't lobotomize me. I would like to still fuck. Don't emasculate me.
God damn
That
it.
chick there,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one with these.
It's like when you gotta put the thing and you just go,
I do that all the time.
and they'd be like, oh, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, this guy.
Oh, how about when he's writing in the dirt and she comes,
she comes
and
and
she
just
messes,
messes
and he
it up?
grabs her by the back of the hair and flings her?
It's like, get out of here.
What are you doing?
And then she smiles at the son of a bitch.
You're right. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid girl.
Yeah, this whole movie could have been a half an hour shorter if he was just better at like communicating
Well-
slightly.
We had to get them all the long shots of them walking around Lake Powell.
Yes.
in Arizona.
Yeah.
So, we need to go down there and take some group pictures.
We need to go down there and do a skit.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and a half away.
Can we bring more than 8 ounces of water with us?
Yeah.
We really should.
Get
That'd be
a
fun.
couple of monkey masks,
Let's go.
go down to Lake Powell and just have us wander around. And just, one of us could be in a space outfit, just be like, just running away from everybody.
Start throwing poop around. Something.
Weird,
I
man.
don't know. Because that's what I do.
Okay, on a serious note, As goofy as this movie is, I do enjoy it. It's a fun movie. It's classic. The practical makeup effects for that time were great. I love the hyper zoom ins that they did for all the like. Look at this. And they like would zoom that camera right in.
Movie or something.
It was weird.
Weird. Yeah.
Good stuff. Fun movie. It's a product of its time.
But is it?
Yeah.
No,
translates pretty well.
A product of today.
Well,
which is why it keeps getting
well.
remade because they were like, yeah, that shit.
That works.
Yeah.
Well, PETA loves
timeless.
this movie.
Timeless.
They're like, look at you, dirty humans treating animals like trash. Look, how would you like to be in a cage in a zoo?
Oh my God! Seriously, put me in a cage.
Oh God.
With a freaking Nova?
Hell yeah, dude. Quit watching me.
No, watch.
Oh my God! And she's just like, they're gonna fuck. I can't wait.
Zira? Yeah.
He's my pet.
They're just over there taking notes. Like, ooh.
Have you ever watched like your dog bone?
This is not something I like to know.
Can we not? Who does that? She's just like, it's gonna be so cute when these guys fuck.
Dog breeders do. I guarantee you. They're like, let's make sure these guys get it going. That's all they're doing.
Turn your back.
One of the most traumatic experiences of my life.
You know, it's really
was
weird.
taking my bulldog in to get,
Pounded.
No.
Taking a pound
Just
down.
milked. Let's put that. He got
This conversation is taking a very weird turn.
he was the boy dog.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The two animals never touched
Did
each
you
other.
guys lock eyes
Yeah.
in the middle of it?
He's like,
He's looking at
I
me.
took it for a
He's
red
all like-
rocket.
I had to be in the room when the vet did the thing, and my dog Angus is looking at me like I'm gonna fucking kill you.
He made eye contact with you while he was getting jerked.
Yeah, it was the worst.
He imprinted on you in that moment.
It was the
I'm
worst
just letting you
experience of
know.
all time. So, what are you doing, dude?
That dog still thinks of you.
He knows exactly what you did.
He's like huffing the air, thinking of you.
Well, that's what Charlton Heston was. Give a couple monkeys in there. Like,
Candace, can you straighten this out? Can you talk to us about movies?
That's how
for
he
a
gets
second?
milk too. You can't rely on him either.
That was the last time Jude milked you.
It's been far too long. actually.
Need a specimen.
I have nipples, Greg. Can
you milk me?
Show him my old face.
Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
I don't know. Is there any interesting facts about this movie that you have, Candace?
There's lots of interesting
Go
facts
for it.
about this movie. Well, so this was based off of a novel, or kind of, I guess, more appropriately, a short story.
A novella.
Yes, and it was originally written in French, and I believe the original title of it was Monkey World.
And the translation went crazy.
Yeah.
Monkey World. That's like someplace you'd visit in Disneyland.
It makes so much more sense now that it's a French film.
In the original French text, it was just like, oh, they are French enough, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but the original book was kind of very different from this, because originally, at least in the short story,
They all smoked cigarettes.
well, the apes were actually like an advanced civilization, so like they had like flying cars and like space travel and stuff like that.
More believable.
And
And the Americans came in and they were like, we can't have monkeys be smart.
and it had like a double twist ending type thing, where basically instead of finding the Statue of Liberty, they found like the Eiffel Tower.
Mhm.
And
That makes more sense.
And then the story's told from the basically people find like this message in space, and they're reading the message, and it's recounting like the story of the monkey world. And then at the end of the movie, the book, it's revealed that the people reading the message are actually apes, and they're like, oh, this was a great piece of fiction because humans are so dumb, like they'd never be able to actually do this type of thing.
That's actually really clever.
And what was interesting is that the publicist for the author was doing some type of press junket in America, and that person ran into the producer of this movie. And the producer, I forget his name, but he was like, oh, I'm such a big fan of King Kong. It's like my favorite movie. And the publicist was like, oh, I have a client who just is writing a book about a planet that's ruled by monkeys. And the producer was like, I would like to buy that. And so like he bought the book sight unseen before it was even done. and basically he shopped it around, and every studio they took it to was like, you want to make a movie with talking gorillas? No. But finally, like once they got Charlton Heston involved, they got, I believe it was Fox, to pony up like 50 grand to do or the equivalent of 50 grand nowadays. I think it was $5,000 back then.
Wow, that's nothing.
To do a makeup test to see if they could actually pull off the prosthetics needed.
If they could make them sexy.
Well, if they could just make them believable. Right?
Yeah.
Because like if it just looked like people in rubber masks like the entire time.
They were like, don't worry, there's going to be hot chicks, but they're slaves.
There's a really cool documentary out there. It's on Netflix maybe, about the making of this movie. It might be one of those movies that made us, I'm not sure, but it's got like coverage of that very same test and stuff. You know, it's really cool.
It is
a lot
very
of good
cool.
stuff. I watched it. I should have watched it yesterday. It was like 6 months ago. So,
well, interestingly
remember a lot
enough,
about it.
originally all the human women were going to be topless.
Perfect.
Crazy. What?
Been a lot of extra half stars flying
Never been
around.
done before.
And
A woman's breasts bed?
and the studio was just like, no, we can't release like a nudie film. But
It's like Alex going to that show with his parents the other day.
There was a little more ass in this movie than I thought there was.
What's
There
interesting?
was a lot of nudity.
What's interesting is this is one of only 2 G-rated movies that had nudity in it, and it was shot from far away, and it was just male butts.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it doesn't count.
The execs were like, everyone has a male butt,
man,
don't they?
When dudes swim together in swimming holes, it's fine. In rivers and creeks.
If dudes fuck in a swimming hole,
no big
it's just
deal.
nature.
It's no big deal. I'll go swim in a river with you right now. It's fine. It's okay.
We're not doing that.
Well, because it's nature.
It's
It
nature.
doesn't matter if I jerk you off. It's just
It's fine.
going back to nature.
Alex
It's
will
Mother
imprint
Nature.
on Vader.
It's no big deal.
Just stare at you.
Get away from me, you freak. It was one time. Yeah, in the river. Meant nothing.
Vader's over there.
Stop it.
Why'd
Making
you
it
do
weird.
it like this?
That's what astronauts do. Right?
Well, if you're stuck in space for 6 months together, but you're going to know each
And
other really well.
immediately Charlton Heston was like, I am lonely. And he turns around, there's a chick right there.
Oh, there's the female.
Yeah.
She's there to service her men and make sandwiches.
She's human enough.
Yeah. And immediately I was like, thank God there's a woman on board. How are they going to get their sandwiches?
Oh
It's
my
like-
God. Well,
it's
she
like-
died.
Angry Red Planet all over again. It's like 3 dudes, 1 chick.
Yeah.
That was the standard,
Exploration.
compliment of space astronauts.
Standard porno.
Back then.
Well, in the 1960s, women just weren't that smart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How can you expect more than one woman in the world to be an
There
astronaut?
was a strong female character in this movie.
Well-
She was just happened to be an ape.
Silent.
Well, it was funny.
No, the ape
Oh,
lady.
yeah.
I,
zero.
I did laugh a little bit when the thing crashed and they all wake up and he like stands up and he's all, "Eee."
Oh, she's dead.
all dead.
He was like,
"Ugh."
oh, I thought she was ugly before. He probably sabotaged her like cryo chamber because he was like, I'm not getting saddled with this forever.
No.
She's not my
No, because like
hashtag not my Eve.
later on, he was like, well, he was talking to what's her name? Neva?
Nova.
He was talking, he's like, well, you're no, I don't know what that chick's
Eve?
name is, Hudson or whatever her name was. Well, you're no Dr. Hudson, but you'll do. I was like, do you remember that line?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the
oh my
most
God.
romantic marriage proposal I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
Did I tell you about Stuart? And there was a lovely girl. The most precious cargo we brought along.
Yeah.
You'll do.
You'll do.
work.
That's how
It's like
Kadish
they
got
put-
me.
I think our parts are compatible.
They put him in a cage and then they give him a woman, and then like the next scene, he's just like cuddled up to her in a haystack. Just like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, and then suddenly he won't leave without her.
Yeah. We have to go back.
Must have been some good strange.
Give him the Conan treatment.
He's like, oh my
Here.
God, all I've ever wanted is a woman who just doesn't talk.
What would have been funny if she just like bent over in front of him or something, knowing her role.
Yeah. Like what's that movie?
Yeah. Quest for Fire.
Ava.
Hey, that's so ugly.
They did that too in this movie. They're like, well, let me give you a kiss, darling. She's like, but you're so ugly.
You're so damned ugly.
Ooh, interspecies kissing. Gross.
Oh, but no. Okay, so on another note, though, I want to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole on this one. But the messaging in this movie still applies. We got the
100%.
hyper religious people who are like, no, God created everything, and there's no such thing as religion.
And women should smile.
And, yeah, and then there's like, no, evolution and biology and science and look at the layers of the dirt and blah, blah. And it's all just like this constant battle that's still happening today. And everything's just crazy. And I'm like, whoa, man, this movie still hits home.
It's worse today.
Yeah.
FYI, that poor female scientist who died is uncredited. I can't find her.
She
It just
died?
doesn't exist.
Well, they only saw it was like a mannequin. It wasn't like a real person.
No,
was
so
it?
like they got an 80-year-old woman in makeup to do like the mummified version of that woman.
Like they showed her
Oh.
just asleep in the beginning, but she's not.
But she was
credited.
only in it for like one shot.
Yeah.
And then like when the ship was flooding, it was a dummy.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the messaging in this movie still applies. It's towards the end of the movie, but when they go to that excavation place, and they're like, look at the scientific evidence of this 2,000-year-old civilization that was here once before. And they find a plastic baby doll
That still
still
talks.
And I had to listen to the subtitles to get that
Does
it
it
was
say
saying
anything?
It says "mama."
Does it?
But honestly, it goes. Ah!
Yeah, it just sounds
And
like a
they're
crying baby.
Have you ever heard of a doll that talks? That's not language.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
makes a noise.
But I always thought that was funny though. I'm like, did they not know how this worked? I'm like, look, it's plastic. It lasts forever. It'll be here 2,000 years from now.
And that is why you should respect the environment.
Yeah. Don't leave your baby dolls laying around, girls.
I mean, all the messaging, it's just all right there. They're not even
Yeah.
subtle about it.
No,
I mean,
no, this movie's not subtle.
Every line of Charlton Heston speaks is just like,
oh, he's such a dick.
about how shitty humans are.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it.
I
It's
love
just-
every time that the apes were like, "You humans stink."
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Ugh.
you are correct.
yes.
The
Also,
monkeys
yes.
are mostly right.
Yeah. Well, it makes me laugh when, like, Charlton Heston's supposed to be like this kind of a dickhead, ornery dude who doesn't like humanity. Like, that's part of
Yeah.
that's part of his character. All these other guys are like, well, you left because you didn't like humanity.
He had to
And-
lose his humanity to find it.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, the whole time he's just talking mad shit about humans and Earth and this and that. And like, oh, I'm glad I left that hellhole. Blah,
Don't
blah,
get me
blah.
wrong, though. I still fuck.
Oh, I'd still have lots of pussy. Yeah, that's a must.
It's
That's a
just, it
must.
doesn't mean anything anymore.
I didn't have love. But like,
Love is for pussies.
the whole time he's talking shit, and I'm like, well, he's not wrong.
No.
Every line he has, I'm like, yeah. What are you gonna do? You're gonna blow each other up with wars and weapons and your nonsensical science stuff. You terrible people.
I liked how they wrote the movie back then. They're just blunt.
Oh, super blunt.
There's no gray. There's no reading between the lines. The dialogue is just.
But when
we're going down the wrong path, you need to fix your shit.
But here's the thing.
Or the
though.
monkeys are going to take over.
I agree with you. I like how blunt this movie is. But if they made a movie today that was that blunt about current
They
culture,
couldn't make this movie.
no, about current culture and have a movie be that blunt, it would be like, oh God, can you have some subtlety here?
Have you ever seen Idiocracy?
I love that movie.
That is
It's scary accurate.
ahead of its time.
Yes.
Do you guys know who wrote this movie?
No, I don't.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
No.
Nova.
It was Rod Sterling, the creator of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, whoa. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You have entered the Twilight
Well,
Zone.
you gotta have a cigarette when you do that.
Oh, sorry.
In the world populated
You
by
have entered
monkeys.
the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, he was hired
love that
to
guy.
adapt the book, and he went through like 40 different drafts of the screenplay,
Wow.
like doing like originally it was like supposed to be closer to the book, and then like he added like the twist endings and all this other stuff, and they brought in other screenwriters to kind of punch up his screenplays. But he was basically the brainchild behind, this movie essentially.
Mhm.
And when the director came in, originally it was set in a more advanced sci-fi type society. And the director was like, why don't we make it more primitive? It'll save some money. And the studio was like, hey, okay.
Yeah.
Love saving money.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But what's interesting about this movie is that it was the first like uber successful sci-fi franchise. And it was a precursor to Star Wars because this came out before Star Wars did. And it was because of this movie that Fox was willing to actually like take a gamble on making Star Wars.
Well, that's the real trick, isn't it? And it's going to cost you something extra.
It was also, Star Wars also used its business model of merchandise tie-in, like the toys for this movie
Yep.
were basically the template for the toys for Star Wars.
It's the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included.
It's weird when I think about this movie, because this is an old movie.
Very old.
All right, came out in 1968, but that was only nine years before the original Star Wars movie came out. So I being the oldest one at the table, it's weird how close they were together, because I feel like Planet of the Apes is like some old ancient,
Yeah, well, that's just
movie.
That's how far ahead of time of its time Star Wars was.
I mean, and I was only 7 when Star Wars.
I mean, they
came
basically
out,
crashed in Tatooine, right?
But when you think about it, I mean, that's about the same amount of time as between now from when, Iron Man 3 came out or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So.
I was gonna say, I want to share my my mother's experience with this, because I watched it with them at their house, because it's one of their favorite movies.
You had a weweird weekend with your parents.
I did have a very strange weekend with my parents. That's weird out of context.
Yeah, he took his parents to a live porno show.
So the joke is, I got to explain it now. The joke is that, like, when you watch a movie on your own and you're like, oh, this is a good movie, cool, it's clean, I want to watch it with my parents, and then you watch it with your parents,
or if you watch it with your kid, you're like,
or kids,
oh shit,
yeah, or either kids or parents, one or the other.
Yeah, suddenly
it becomes R-rated and like pornish, and I'm like, oh man. So like, there's a show in Vegas called Lost Spirits. Shout out to those guys, they're awesome. It's a place you go, you get some alcohol, and you do a couple shows. There's
honestly, if you're from Vegas, go, and if you're not from Vegas and you come to town, go. It's the most fun, we've had in years.
Yeah.
You guys are retelling our Patreon.
Well, I have to, because she made a joke about me doing weird shit with my parents, and I'm not going to let that sit.
I will not stand.
Anyway, I took them there, and I'm like, oh, this is super cool. There's like magicians and this and that. And then like,
then they all took their clothes off.
Of course, when my parents go, everybody takes their clothes off, and I'm like,
the last time we went, we got no burlesque. You go with your parents.
I went all the burlesque shows.
There was no stage without burlesque.
Wow, smish. Yeah.
That's the best one. Anyway, listen to Patreon. We get into it.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, so my parents' experience with this movie. My mom, who is not a sci-fi nerd, she hates sci-fi stuff.
My mom was super into this.
Yeah.
I remember growing up.
She's like, I went to this movie and we were just blown away. And then at the end, the big reveal with the Statue of Liberty, we were just like,
damn you all to hell!
It was incredible. Like, I was talking to my friends about it for weeks after that. I'm like, no way. Like, oh yeah, this was wild when we saw it when it first came out. I'm like, that's so interesting. Super cool. Because it's like, the idea that going into the movie is they've been traveling through space, and because they're on a spaceship, the Einstein theory of relativity. It explains it all. And Dr. Target's in the chat. Maybe he can
Hi, Dr. Target.
say whether or not they got it right in this movie or not. But they travel, so they end up spending thousands of years Earth time out in space. But to them, it's not that long.
6 months or whatever.
Yeah, it's called time dilation. It's basically like
it's the theory of relativity, right?
You gotta watch a Christopher Nolan movie. You'll get it figured out.
Okay, he'll make it more confusing.
Once they crash, he's like, "Oh, you've gone gray." To his space astronaut buddy.
Remember that scene from Interstellar where they go into the warp hole thing and then they come back out and the guy's like, "I've been here for 25 years." Yeah, it's that same thing.
Yeah.
They end up somehow back on Earth, but they don't think it's Earth. They think it's an alien planet. And then as they're walking around, and then at the very, very end, he realizes it was Earth the whole time.
Yeah.
They're like, you did it. You blew us up. You, God damn you, all that.
God damn you all to hell!
But that's a message. That was a message during, is this Cold War era?
Yeah, 100%.
Hardcore Cold War era, nuclear scare.
How come apes get so smart, though?
It only took 1,500 years. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. And they have completely rewritten history.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like the new Apes movies, because they explain how the apes got so smart.
Yeah. This is genetic testing or something like that, right?
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg fucked it all up.
No, he wasn't. No,
that's different.
He was not nice to that monkey in the first place. And then he had to go chase after that monkey.
Jude, that's the remake we don't talk about.
That's we do the James Franco remake.
They also had a hot chick that was in that movie that didn't talk either.
And an ape who was like, kiss me, Mark Wahlberg.
Most hot chicks shouldn't speak. Let's just be real. So it's okay.
Why'd you whisper when you said that?
Because I'm sitting on this side of the table.
She's gonna throw those hands, bro.
So you know, the actress who played Nova, she was actually the producer's mistress, and he put her in the movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just honey, don't talk.
Just don't. You don't have to speak the line, but you can look sexy
there
in
and
that
look hot.
push-up bra.
Mess
She
your
has,
hair up a little
she has a
bit.
loincloth push-up bra around the whole movie.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How's your smile? Perfect.
Yeah,
You're in.
You're in. You're good to go.
And then he was like, I taught her how to smile for this role.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Charlton Heston had the flu the entire time he was shooting this
Me
movie.
too.
That's crazy.
I've got something.
Did he
I
go
don't
to
know what.
Scotland before he
Must have.
started filming this?
You have an alien
I do.
trying to survive
Yeah.
within your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but he was like so miserable throughout the entire making of this movie because he was just sick constantly.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well,
it doesn't translate
smoke
that
some
at all.
more cigarettes.
Yeah, I like how he saved that cigar he was smoking at the
They were
very
like,
opening scene.
no, we got to save the water, but let's all have a cigar.
I'm watching it. They're on the beach of this freaking
Do
desert
you
planet.
know how dehydration works,
And
buddy?
he's sitting there with a freaking cigar. He's like, I don't know how we're going to get out of this mess.
well, you know, it's funny. Like back then, like everyone smoked.
Yeah.
And so like all the people. in
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Camel cigarettes.
and all the people who were in the ape makeup, they were given special like cigarette holders, like they could smoke through the makeup.
Dude, they should have just left
Honestly,
it in the movie.
I would start smoking if I could do it through one of those special cigarette holders.
Like a Cruella de Vil,
Yes,
like a 19-inch long freaking cigarette. You're
Yes.
just like, oh, damn.
Let's go to
think,
repeal day. I'll start smoking.
One of my favorite parts of this movie, and it's funny, it's goofy to me, is when Zira and Cornelius meet for the first time, or they get together on the film for the first time,
And
they kiss each other, and they just kind of like smash their masks together.
Yeah.
It's like totally realistic. It looks
Wait,
great.
they go like this.
They-
They go,
It's pretty funny. Rub noses or something. It's like, how do you make these masks?
they
look-
just flutter their eyelashes into
affectionate.
each
Yeah.
other's eyelashes.
And they had more articulate masks than everybody else did too, right? The three main monkeys.
Yeah, probably.
They
I
had
would imagine so.
special masks made that were a little more articulated, easier to use.
Also, Charlton Heston was basically naked this entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. They
Good for
never
him.
once did that man put any clothes on. Loincloth the entire time. Even after he started talking.
Mhm.
Except for the very beginning
We
when he
got
had
some
that really
side
cool.
cheek. We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
some full backle cheek.
Mhm.
And
There was a bush in
honestly,
there somewhere.
yeah. Like when he first dove in, I was like,
that's Bush.
dick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was mostly bush, but I know there's a dick under there.
Well, that was before they had Manscaped. You know, it was just like it was like a natural
He was
covering.
like, I'm a man.
Yeah, what do you mean take your hair off?
Yeah.
Grow that hair.
Wow.
Yeah. You get all of me or none of me.
Just braids it.
Or I'll just give you all of me.
Nova's just got a face full of bush when she's down there, just freaking in her eye.
And everyone kept like kneeling down while he was standing in
He's got a
every
Captain
scene.
Morgan pose. He's got his leg up.
He's just like, see? Why don't you guys go down there and look?
This is why we can't get popular.
You signed up for this.
This is why we don't have
This
any
was
subs.
his pick.
This is why we don't have. This is why we don't have sponsors.
This was your pick,
Talking
right?
about fucking Charlton Heston's dick hair. Come on.
Well, it was funny because in that scene where they all went swimming, there's a scene where like they gather around together and all just like it looks like they're looking at each other's dicks, but they're actually like looking at it like a footprint.
Yeah.
Oh, and there is that one scene where the two other dudes bend down. in
Yes.
front
I just
of
Out
Charlton.
of frame. Out of frame. And Charles Heston was like, whoa.
Well,
What do you think of that, boys?
Literally, the woman just said that.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you.
I thought you were talking
Of
about
course you weren't.
I thought you were
Don't speak. What do you
thought you were talking about a different scene.
Wait.
There you go. Perfect. Just stay like that the rest of the show.
Pull your shirt down a little bit. Give us some cleavage. There you go.
Wait. Hold on.
Go make a sandwich.
Wait.
Wow.
I can't see anything. I'm looking at Alex. While this is all
It
going
hurt
on.
my boob a little bit when I did
Making eye
that.
contact with me.
It's like I can't look at this. What's going on
You're
next
gonna
week?
imprint on each other.
One of you stand up, and the other one kneel down.
All
But
right.
for science.
Obviously, we can't take this movie seriously at all.
No.
Also,
I mean,
Charlton
came
Heston,
here to
we
do.
do.
you know, he's so kind of revered as being like this great actor, but like in this movie, it's like
He kind of phones it in, doesn't he?
well, it's weird because obviously he had the flu while he was doing it, but I feel like he was overacting the
The
entire
whole
time.
movie, I feel like he was just out here being like, don't worry, I fuck chicks. I'm virile.
That's all this movie was about.
But I mean, like, there's so many memes from this movie.
Mhm.
It's like there's that one shot of him laughing inexplicably
for no reason.
And that's a weird fucking transition.
Oh, the hyper zoom in thing.
Honestly, if there had been more of that, this would have been like the best, campiest horror movie.
But then, of course, you have like the classic line, get your stinking paws off me,
Oh,
you
yeah.
damn dirty ape.
You damn.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
He can speak.
All of a sudden.
Which is also
After getting shot in the throat.
today when a woman speaks, Vader's like, yeah, crazy.
Weird.
People are gonna think I'm crazy.
And of course, at the end where he's like, you blew it up. Damn you.
Damn you all to hell.
This is an iconic movie.
It is.
There's no denying that. We're having fun talking about this movie and talking about the stupid shit.
That's what we do.
But yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But this movie is, I think it's had a huge influence on entertainment in the world. It got a message that is hyper real as far as even today goes, like we've said.
Yeah, it's timeless. It's weird how little we've changed.
We
as
haven't
a society.
changed at all. You know, it's just
Except we might have brought more than one woman on that spaceship.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
It made him fight for that
now
dick.
that Disney owns Fox, it would have been 4 women.
Yeah. And all 4 women. They wouldn't rebuild. We don't need no man.
Yeah, it would have been lame and gay.
We got a bucket full of semen right here. We're good.
Has everyone seen this before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen this before. I thought I had, but I think what I was confusing it with was the show.
There's a show?
Yeah, there's a TV
The series? Yeah. So this was on a lot when I was growing up, and it always made me feel weird and uncomfortable, and I didn't get it. And I was really dreading watching this for Retro WeWatch. And I started watching it, and I was like, okay, maybe, no, I haven't. Oh, I've actually never seen this before. And like, as I got into it, I was like, this is fucking hysterical.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's very funny.
And I really enjoyed it. It was so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like the TV series always just made, I think it was just something I didn't understand because I was a kid and I was like, that's weird. Why are they? I don't know.
I didn't know it was a TV show.
And it just made me feel weird and uncomfortable. And I didn't want to go back into that feeling. But this was so much fun.
Wait a minute. So you've never seen this before. And yet when we were doing our review of the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes, does that mean like you didn't have any context for all like the inside jokes and stuff that they changed in that movie?
If they were the same jokes that were in the series, maybe. I'm not sure.
No, I mean, it was directly related to the original movie.
I don't know then.
Okay.
Did you like that movie?
The Mark Wahlberg one? No. No. Did anyone?
What's up with these apes, guys?
These apes are crazy. You know the bees are still dying.
This one didn't say hi to his mother for me. So you're an orangutan.
Yeah.
How's that?
Got to go back for the monkey.
And they switched it because Mark Wahlberg is so sexy.
He kept his clothes on.
But then the ape was like, I want you to kiss me before you go. But in the original, he was like, I'm going to give you a kiss goodbye. And she's like, oh.
Come here, kiss me, you damn dirty ape.
I also liked it when he like shaved his beard off. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
apes were like,
Oh, yeah.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
You look worse.
It makes you look less intelligent.
Dumb.
You look dumb. You look dumber without the beard. Like, it's true.
It's like my mom with Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only reverse.
How dare you?
My mom doesn't like Alex's beard.
But she's also never said
You're not
that.
supposed to say that, man.
She's never said that, and she apologized profusely to me.
For not
saying
ever
not
having
saying it.
said that.
I
Yeah.
didn't say that. All right. Final thoughts on this movie. Iconic, unintentionally hilarious with modern eyeballs on. There's a lot of ass cheeks and misogyny, which is quite funny.
It's
God.
my favorite.
This is the best part.
That's the best part of retro WeWatch. Is
It's
just the
blatant.
misogyny.
Yeah,
That's what we're here for.
we love it.
They
Yeah.
needed some cigarettes.
Yeah.
Been perfect. It's like, oh, we found these cigarettes in this level of the dirt.
I wanted to see some smoking monkeys.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
I mean, what's funny is like it was very progressive in the sense like they had like a black character in the beginning. He was one of the astronauts.
Oh,
They
yeah.
immediately
And
kill
then
him.
They immediately
killed the black
shot him
guy.
in the back of the head.
The black
That's
guy
not-
immediately dies.
It's not great. It's not great.
Oh, but then like the other astronaut not only gets lobotomized, he also gets castrated too.
They castrated him?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he had a rough time.
They took him to the emasculator.
He's a eunuch?
Just pretend it happened. Ice Pirates. Remember?
No, I didn't see that movie. Okay. Iconic movie. I enjoy it. I've seen it multiple times. It's still cool. Still fun to watch. I'm going to give it a solid, I don't know, like 75% criticalist review.
You have to go 1 to 5. Crap stars.
3.5.
Okay.
Half star for 60s Bush.
There's no bush.
It's man bush.
That was a man bush. Do you want to hit the pause game?
That's not just a bush, baby. That's a man.
I don't want to play the
man
game.
bush.
I don't want to play this. Let's find Charlton Heston's pubic hair game.
It's in the movie. We can pull it up on the screen right now if you want.
Can you?
No. Not going to do it.
Not going to do it. What about you, V?
Oh, man. I have a hard time giving these old movies grades.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard.
Because the points are made up.
This is a classic.
Yeah.
You know, this is an important movie as far as I think Hollywood history is concerned. So, you know, how do you grade something that's probably going to be watched 500 years from now as something that's supposed to be, they're judging our current culture for by now?
Yeah. It's
literally a historical document for entertainment right here. Maybe I'm probably right there with you, 3.5 stars if I had to give it a grade. You know, you could say they get a little heavy with the messaging, but that's what this movie is all about. It's about
no subtlety in this movie.
No subtlety about it at all.
Yeah.
And you know, human beings are kind of dumb.
We're kind of shitty to each other.
We're kind of dumb, and we're terrible to each other.
Yeah.
And that's what this thing's all about. You know, and if we keep fucking around, the monkeys are going to take over eventually anyway. So, yeah.
Cool.
3.5. I don't know. I wish I was funnier today. I can't. I'm having a hard time trying to stay sober. And
would you like a shot?
No, I don't.
You want a little shotty shot? Because I'd rather you do it in the house if you're going to do it.
He's so awkward when he's not drunk. Jude, how about
I
you?
should have seen this guy on the dance floor at my wedding.
Oh man,
I was slow dancing with my wife. We were moving around really slow.
It was
in a
hot.
circle.
That's what
I
you remember.
imprinted on you, and I've been humping the air ever since. Yeah, so first time watch. Thought I had seen it before, but hadn't. I don't know, maybe my expectations were so low, but I really enjoyed this. And like talking about it, it's kind of like the early sci-fi that gives it another half star for me, I think. So like I was just gonna go like kind of upper middle 3 stars, but like because it's the first of its kind and it has been redone so many times trying to recapture that lightning. I don't think it has been successful in that because this is like retro gold.
Mm-hmm.
The other renditions of it that I have seen have not been this good. This is really enjoyable. However, if I had seen Smoking Monkeys or Sandwiches, that would have been a 5-star movie. That did not happen. So I'm going to go 3.5. You should smile more.
Okay, cool. Kadish.
All right, so I have a bit of a confession to make. Though I can appreciate this movie's historical place in cinema, I've never liked this movie. I've never liked it.
Doesn't shock me at all.
Because he's here for feminism.
Yeah, fuck the patriarchy. No, it's like I remember like growing up, like I'd see this movie occasionally, and it never appealed to me. Never liked it. It was hard for me to appreciate it because, like, even though conceptually it's a very interesting movie, from like a filmmaking perspective, there wasn't anything like really like innovative or interesting about it. So I just kind of always dismissed it. And I'm not a big fan of monkeys. So I just never.
I get it.
Yeah, I just never kind of like bought into this concept. The only good thing about this movie, in my opinion, was just Charlton Heston being a manly Charlton Heston. Like when he grabbed that rifle, and I was like, NRA forever, baby.
Now look here, Taylor, I'm in charge of this expedition.
Good for you.
Yeah. Right, from my cold dead hands.
I'm a pretty good shot.
They didn't have, hold on, they didn't have electricity. They were using like torches to light, they had stick houses and mud huts. But
Where'd they get ammo?
They have freaking assault rifles and ammo.
There's an ammo factory somewhere.
Obviously, because the gods of the scroll gave it to them.
The 13th scroll.
That is one thing I've never really quite understood about the ape society is that they live in mud huts, but they do have some tech. But they're running around on horses and pulling wooden.
Listen, when you have
trailers.
limited resources, you pick your battles.
There are a lot of cowboys in the Old West that would like to have a word with you.
That's true. So in my view, there's probably an advanced monkey civilization somewhere else on this
somewhere else, because they have like a forbidden zone. They're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
So who knows what? And they're like, what? Sorry, go ahead. What is your star rating?
I was also going to say, I think it's funny that the forbidden zone is basically New Jersey.
Yeah.
So for me, this was just like a 2-star movie. Like,
wow.
I've never liked it. I've never liked any of the remakes, even like the new Planet of the Apes movies. I've never really cared for.
The new ones?
Yeah,
They're
new
great.
ones.
What are you talking about?
I don't like them.
I'm upset because we watched this together and I was having a great time.
Oh, I was having a great time too, because this is the first time like I've actually watched it, like I think as an adult, quote unquote adult.
Did a monkey touch you in a weird spot?
I imprinted on me. Yeah, it was crazy.
It just looked at him.
Just stared at you while you were doing
this. It was up in the air.
Threw some poop at me.
It didn't make any contact except for with its eyes.
Like that scene from Seinfeld with Kramer and the monkey getting a fight.
So no hard feelings?
It's just cage.
Yeah, but
who started it?
You need some baby chimp therapy.
Maybe
that's what you need.
Maybe, but yeah, like I've just never been a big fan of this franchise in general. And but Charlton Heston, thumbs up for him. But like the moment where he talked about how like they were going to gangbang the female scientist. That was on eagerly.
Yeah,
like Jude and I both looked at each other. We were like, I never noticed that before.
It's like watching it with your mom.
Yeah.
That's really dirty.
They're going to rape that girl, but she volunteered for it, so it's fine?
It's fine. Yeah, she's going to give birth to all 3 of their children, and then
they're all going to be like,
then what are they going to do?
Because science.
Then what are they going to do?
They can't wait to get on. It's going to be run a train day every Thursday.
No, it's one day a week. Everybody gets a day a week.
Yeah. Jude and I looked at each other. We were like, whoa.
Yeah, this is the first movie we watched as a married couple. Thanks.
and then the point where he was like, you're human enough, where he's like talking to her. And
yeah,
stuff
he was
that.
like, human enough, if you know what I mean. I was like, whoa. Times are tough.
Misogyny.
There was actually one of the drafts for this movie. Like Nova got pregnant.
No.
And basically like there was like this whole pregnancy subplot in the movie. And the director kind of, I think, rightly came along and was like, yeah, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, that's fucking weird and creepy and gross.
Yeah.
Let's just make him spoon. He needs comfort. She doesn't, because she can smile now.
She's fine. Okay, well, that's it. That was a fun discussion. We honestly don't take anything seriously.
No.
So don't take our rating seriously if I offend you with my 3.5 stars. This is a 5-star movie. Okay, sure, whatever.
No, take me seriously. I'm hysterical.
So funny. This movie was hilarious. All right, that's it for Planet of the Apes.
What about my feelings? Don't my feelings count for anything? Oh, only the poor monkey's important. Everything has to be done for the monkey.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Don't forget to support us on Patreon or become a YouTube member. We give extra content to those folks every single week. So if you want to support the show, sign up. And if you don't support us, then you get nothing but these free videos that we put out every week.
Also, check out our previous retro rewatch video,
Yeah.
The Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Case worked tirelessly.
It
on that.
almost made Vader pee his pants.
No, it did.
Angry Red Planet is probably my favorite retro we watch.
It has not been dethroned. Still fond memories.
Yeah.
We'll not forget that movie.
Good poster, too.
Great poster.
It's an actual retro movie.
It is 60s sci-fi.
I'm
Weird
upset
ass.
that none of us wore the retro we watch. I don't have one because no one gave me one shirt.
I don't have one.
I have one, but it shrunk, so I don't wear it anymore.
Can I have it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I mean, if you can't wear it anymore,
No, I can't. It's too small for me.
I would like to have it.
Okay. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay salty.
So no hard feelings?
Oh, yeah, you can milk anything with nipples.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?